Politically tainted textbooks? That's the accusation being voiced today as state school board members consider adopting new Texas textbooks. Fox 7's Rudy Koski is live in Central Austin at TEA headquarters with the details on this. Rudy?
Hi, Christine. I'm told that the state has not approved new history textbooks for school districts to purchase since 2002, but today some of the books under consideration were described as being propaganda that exaggerates the influence of Christian values, while others said they're full of liberal bias. The purpose of the Texas School Board hearing Tuesday was to start the process of weeding out factual errors. With 334 textbooks for math, fine arts, floral design, and history under review, there was a lot to consider. Most of those who testified Tuesday targeted errors and omissions found in 104 social studies materials that publishers want the state to buy.
Our students are told that, again I quote, "The Romans preserved classical Greek culture but did not make any significant contributions themselves to science or mathematics," which is obviously untrue.
Questions were also raised about a textbook that only covered D-Day, the Vietnam War, and the Holocaust in a subsection on art. Another publisher ignored 8 years of the Reagan administration, but wrote about Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Before the hearing even began, there was an effort to shift the focus away from clear-cut factual errors to a more political perspective and opinion. The Texas Freedom Network earlier this month objected to how some publishers noted the influence of Moses and the 10 Commandments on the drafting of the U.S. Constitution. Tuesday, Kathy Miller, who leads the group, said their concerns are not just limited to Moses.
The problems run across issue areas and they run the gamut. The real problem is that the State Board of Education adopted curriculum standards in 2010 that were heavily politicized and were not necessarily factually accurate, and that the reviewers that they have reviewing these textbooks don't necessarily possess expertise in the subject matter.
They lost the battle over this issue in 2010 with 18 months of testimony, with thousands of people participating in a great product. And what you see now is this liberal group attacking Christianity and essentially wanting to erase it from history being taught in our public schools.
Publishers are required to post corrections by October 3rd, but the debate is far from over.
This process is not going to be perfect. These books are not going to be perfect from anybody's perspective. And so what we've got to do is remember that these are put in the hands of hopefully trained professionals that will teach these subjects in a fair and balanced and comprehensive way that gets these kids ready to think for themselves.
In November, the board is set to adopt a list of textbooks that can be used during the 2015-16 school year. Tomorrow, the board will discuss the textbook review process itself, which is highly controversial, and also how state law requires publishers only to meet 50% of the state standards for textbooks in order to have those books adopted, which is also a big problem, according to some board members. Now back to you in the studio.
Rudy Koski with a controversial story for sure. Thanks.